Auschwitz-Birkenau, a Polish swamp area between the rivers Weichsel and Zola. From 1940 to the end of the war, thousands of SS men guarded a top-secret project for the Hitler regime here. No one was to know what happened in this complex. Genocide, planned in minute detail and carried out with state-of-the-art technology.
I saw newborn children there. The only care they received was immediate tattooing with an inmate number on the thigh, because a newborn's arm is too small. Then I saw the morgue. It was adjacent to the rear. I saw a huge heap of bodies. They were the corpses of babies. Rats filled the spaces.
Frankfurt am Main, on the Römerberg Square. A brass band is playing Christmas carols. 18 years after the end of the war, the Germans are prosperous again. On this December 20th in 1963, a trial begins, which will confront the Germans with their nearest past. In the historic Römer, the City Hall of Frankfurt, journalists from all over the world are eagerly awaiting the first words of the presiding judge, Hans Hofmeier.
I hereby open the trial by jury. The Frankfurt am Main Jury Court is in session.
One of
our chores was taking ashes from crematorium number 3 and spreading them on the icy paths.
Den Frauenlager B2C.
Explanation. It was then revealed to me that the opening in the roof served to introduce a crystalline gas, Zyklon B, into this death chamber. And sometimes when we finished the job and the capo was in a good mood, he said we could sit in the gas chamber to warm up. SS-man Klaar was wearing a white lab coat. He was dressed like a doctor. Klaar approached the patient, held by the other inmate, and gave the patient an injection into the heart. The patient died immediately. It did not take long. Soon after the jab, the patient released a sound. It was like an exhaling. Right after the war, I made these drawings. Then we took the patient. They were used as through the door in the trial and along the hallway. Here is the undressing room. Here, the gas chamber. I took a close look at it all. For instance, the showers interested me because I saw there were no holes, only indentations. Down here you can see the heavy-duty ventilators.
I saw illnesses you won't find elsewhere. For example, pemphigus, a rare disease. The skin blisters and disintegrates. Death ensues in a few days.
Before entering, the people had to get undressed. Then the SS man told them to make sure to remember the number and to hurry, or they might be late for coffee. An idea occurred to me. I addressed Dr. Capasius. I told him, I have 2 twin daughters. They require extra consideration. I'll do any job you want, but let me stay with my family. He asked, twins, where are they? I told him, and he told me to call them back. I called the names of my wife and children. They turned around, and I told them to come back.
Since December 1963, when the prosecutors began to meet with the accused, not one word of sympathy has been spoken to the persecuted witnesses who have survived. People whose whole families were exterminated. If they did, Germany and the world would breathe a sigh of relief.
Dr. Capasius sent them all back to the column where they had been before. I began to sob, and Dr. Kapasius said in Hungarian, "Don't cry, they're only going to bathe. You'll see them in an hour." I shouted the good news to my wife and children. I never saw them again.
So far, I still haven't found a real purpose in life. There's nothing to get up for. We need a firm hand in Germany. Let's put an end to all the experiments and empty words. Germany is yearning for an individual, a man, as the earth yearns for rain in the summer. My reputation as an orator is spreading throughout the Rhineland among supporters of National Socialism. I spoke on the radio to every German station. We are immensely happy, I said.
Am 30. Januar ist die nationale Revolution ausgebrochen. Diese Revolution macht nirgends Halt. Adolf Hitler ist der Träger dieser Bewegung. Wollt ihr den totalen Krieg? Eine gute Regierung ohne Propaganda kann ebenso wenig bestehen wie eine gute Propaganda ohne eine gute Regierung.
Our propaganda is considered to be exemplary, an incredible success. It's stunning. Now I know I have someone who belongs to me completely and will always stand by me. The party comes first, then Magda. Miss Riefenstahl is treating me to her histrionics. No denying that Churchill is an adversary who demands respect. There's no way I can work with a lunatic like her. A revolting, fat beast. I certainly hope the Führer succeeds in making a man out of Goering. She is so hard on me and cruel. I don't want anyone anyway. It's important to feel pain in life. I'll never forgive her. I gave a speech outside the Opera House, in front of the bonfire, while the filthy, trashy books were being burnt by the students. I was at the top of my form, a born motivator. With him, we can conquer the world. Faith in ourselves will guide us to final victory. Heil!
Hitler often spoke about the Almighty, and the Almighty was behind the scenery of the destiny of the German people.
There is no doubt that a great many church people fell for this. They wanted to have this kind of leadership.
Dietrich's mother was very keen on the church to do something. She asked Dietrich, what is the church going to do? The church has got to do something.
He could have such a very deep faith, even in the midst of incredible darkness.
It gave him a passion when he preached against war and when he became a known advocate of the pacifist solution to the problems of the world.
They became political activists because this was the only way of fighting the system.
Hitler knew that he had enemies and must expect some of them to try to kill him.
You can almost sense that eventually he is going to somehow do something to put a spoke in the wheel of the Third Reich.
You are living now, and not tomorrow, and not yesterday. But now, in your name, are people killed and killed and killed. And that, man, you have to stop by all means, even then by taking over the guilt of killing him.
sons are in danger of being misled by religious extremists who fail to see godliness in every human being.
My point is that there are good people and there's bad people, and hate destroys the people who hate more than you can imagine. We have to learn better. No, we have to learn from our mistakes.
How are we going to learn? I'm asking you. I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. I forget the tape. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
You're only alive today, and your kids are only alive today because of a decent guy.
I never liked you should go there.
You don't want me to go where you were hiding?
No.
Why not?
They fucked that already.
But he saved your life.
He saved your life, yeah.
Should I send them regards from you?
No.
No?
I'm not alive. I'm dead.
This is the story of our trip to Poland, a land that to many Holocaust survivors is utterly beyond redemption. If my sons can witness decency among Poles, perhaps they will recognize that holiness can be found in all people.